former Kumbungu member of Parliament, speaking to us there. Let's try and speak to more people. We've seen the Attorney General. Let's try and speak to him, Dominic Ayine. Just like many others, they want to grieve in silence. He is not willing to speak. Let's see if we can get some persons who will gather some strength and be able, to speak to us. Obiobia Daku, I've seen here. Let's try and see if. Hello, Obiobia. My condolences. Dr. Manibu. It's a very emotional moment, I'm here for a lot of the people gathered. Difficult moment for many. Just a few are able to gather the strength and the courage to open their mouth to speak. For those who are able to do that, they tell you that the people we've lost are the defense minister and the environment minister. They describe them as compassionate. Let's try and see if we can speak to Bernard. Bernard, you're welcome to join us.
Thank you.
How did you hear the news?
Well, it was social media that confused me yesterday. I called the Minister for Defense at exactly 6:45 a.m. because we were scheduled to have a meeting. When my national chairman had indicated to me that he has been to his office and the man wanted to have a meeting. So the meeting was scheduled to happen yesterday. And he could not respond. Later, I would hear news that helicopter crash. Then I said, this man messaged that he was going to represent the president somewhere. Could he be in the helicopter? But I took it that it's not possible. Only to wake up to reality that indeed it happened, that he was in the helicopter alongside my good friend and brother Motala. I was so disrupted that I forgot myself. I have worked with them both when we were student leaders. I contested Omani alongside John Kuma and NS for local national NUX presidency. And Omani won. Being the person that he is, he rallied all the other contestants and made us to support his leadership of the student movement. And everybody can attest that his regime as student leader served well because he did not throw away the people that he contested with. So I was instrumental, John Kuma was instrumental, NS, and we all contributed to making him and his office succeed. In the CJA that I was a founding member, we will later draft Omani Boama to come and join, and Murtala Mohammed also to join. So we worked together in the Committee for Joint Action. We manifested a number of public manifestations in this country. We have been bosom friends. I have worked with them, as I said, and these two gentlemen, virtually of my age, I can say that they died without being corrupt. That they died and they would not have taken any dime from anybody for their good, rather than for the good of humanity. I can attest to their level of commitment to our nation. So for me, if there are human saints, I will name Omani Boama and Motala. That in the field of public service, they can be adjudged as some of the saints that we have had. And it's heartbreaking. So yesterday I spoke to my party. As you can see, we are all here. The National Youth Organizer is here, my running mate, the National Women's Organizer, Deputy, the National Organizer, and then the National Chairman. We are all here. Everybody is distraught. I don't know. I think John Mama did not lose appointees. He lost trusted and worthy compatriots.
You talk about your days in students' leadership. Many we've been speaking to talk about how they exuded selflessness. They were committed to the cause. A lot of these ingredients, these persons we've been speaking to say it's missing from our student politics and even sometimes in the national, politics. What lessons, do you think we can pick from?
What I can just say to most of us as Ghanaians is that, look, dedicate yourself to the good of society. Because Omanimbo Amas had difficult beginnings. I do know Murtala had difficult beginnings, just as some of us who had very terrible beginnings. And so, because of our background of austerity in growth, we thought that serving public interest is the way to go. I know Murtala when he later became NUC's president. He became the president of the Secretary General of the All African Students Union, had engagement with President Brother Mohammed Gaddafi, Robert Mugabe, and most of the distinguished African leaders. Murtala Mohammed had that affinity with them. And All African Students Union became the baby of President Gaddafi, for instance. That a lot of resources were channeled from Libya to support the All African Students Union. Every time you see Murtala channeling those resources for the betterment of the students' front rather than for his personal effort. And see, my son, where is Maliri? Murtala was scheduled to meet my son today 9:30 a.m. for a presentation that they have on plastic waste and also on STEM education. So they had prepared to come and meet because Tuesday he was supposed to meet them last week and they didn't come on. They were ready to meet him and they didn't. And I have said at many platforms, possibly if Omani had picked my call yesterday, given our connection, he would have requested that I join him in the flight so that we can have a conversation. When he's done, then we can talk and come back. And God decided that he should go. So in terms of integrity, service to nation, they have distinguished themselves. It's left for those who will succeed them to tell the world that the offices that they are going to occupy, these offices were occupied by distinguished personalities. Murtala is a distinguished son. His only thing that I keep telling him is that he was too religious. He believed in his Quran. He believed in his Islamic faith. Well, I am not religious, but for people to believe in what they believe, I support them. And Omanimbo Ama was an avowed Christian, a Catholic for that matter, who will do everything. Anytime we met, he said, bro, let's pray. You will not know that he's a medical doctor. Murtala will see me and said, I need deliverance. How did God decide to choose them? How? What is it that we are supposed to learn?
Thank you very much, Bernard Monah. You just heard